Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into one of those mysteries that I think just about everyone's heard of, the
Yeah.
Holy Grail.
Mm-hmm.
Now we all know
Yeah.
those stories
Yeah.
and those legends
Sure.
about this, like, sacred object that's supposed to be super powerful
Yeah.
and have all these incredible properties.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
what if we told you
Okay.
we weren't going to the typical historical texts for
Interesting.
this deep dive?
Okay.
This time, we're going to something totally different.
All right. I'm all ears.
Hypnosis sessions.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. We found these 3 hypnosis sessions, and they all talk about the Holy Grail,
Wow.
and each one gives a completely different perspective.
Huh. It's fascinating.
So get ready to go down the rabbit hole with us
I'm ready.
as we try to figure out
Yeah.
what the Grail might really be.
I think that, this is a great approach because the Grail's always been this kind of intersection point of history
Absolutely.
and myth.
Right.
Right. So using hypnosis to kind of explore those subconscious ideas
Yeah.
could lead to some
Oh, totally. It's like
really cool insights.
peeking behind the curtain a little bit, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So we'll break down the details.
Okay.
We'll look for any kind of connections or common themes between these accounts.
Cool.
And hopefully by the end, we'll be a little closer to
Yeah.
understanding what this whole Grail mystery
I love it.
is all about.
And these were just everyday people,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Not scholars or anything.
No, just normal folks who
Interesting.
volunteer to be hypnotized
Wow.
and,
Girl.
talk about
Yeah.
the Holy Grail.
Okay. All right. So what do they come up with?
Oh, man,
Yeah.
it's wild.
Okay.
The first session,
Okay.
the person describes the Grail as a real
Okay.
physical cup
Interesting.
that Jesus used at the Last Supper. And, get this,
Yeah.
they say that later on,
Okay.
a female descendant of Jesus
Wow.
had this cup.
Really? So like a bloodline.
Yeah, like a bloodline of the Grail.
Okay.
Which,
Yeah.
that idea that an object can hold spiritual power,
Right. Right.
it's not new.
Right. Not at all. I mean, think about it. You've got relics in almost every religion that people believe have special energy or a connection to the divine or whatever.
Okay. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
But it gets even weirder.
All right. Weirder. Okay.
This person starts describing all these cups
Okay.
being used in modern occult rituals.
Oh, wow.
Like people are drinking blood from them.
Really?
And there's this dark energy
Oh,
associated with them.
I-
It's intense.
So then it makes you wonder, right? Is the power
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
in the object, or is it something that people kind of project onto it
Oh, yeah.
because of what they believe? And what about this manufactured holiness idea?
What do you mean?
Well, could it be that the Grail's importance is actually created by people
Right.
who want to use it to control others?
Oh, that's interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not actually holy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's made to seem that way.
So that's like a whole other layer to this
Exactly.
to this mystery, right?
Right.
It makes you think,
It really does.
could something like the Grail
Mm-hmm.
really be used for, like control and manipulation?
Right.
Or is its power coming from something else?
Yeah.
Something real?
Yeah. That's a huge question, isn't it?
I think that's something we're going to have to keep in mind
Oh, yeah.
as we go through all these sessions.
Definitely. So, okay, this first one's about a physical cup.
Right.
What about the second session? What's that one like?
Get ready for a completely different
Oh, boy.
perspective.
All right.
Because in session 2, they're not talking about a cup at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not even an object.
Interesting. So what is it then?
It's a portal.
A portal. Whoa,
Yeah.
to another world,
Yeah.
another dimension.
That's exactly what they describe.
Wow.
It's this doorway
Okay.
to a place that sounds like
Okay.
paradise.
What's it like?
Total peace,
Okay.
harmony.
Mhm.
They have advanced technology,
Wow.
but everything is slower,
Huh.
more deliberate.
So technology, but
Yeah.
in balance with nature
And-
and inner peace and all that. Okay.
It's like a perfect blend
It's interesting.
of,
Yeah.
technological progress and
Right.
spiritual well-being.
Okay. So we go from a powerful object to a utopian world.
Right.
Are these ideas actually that different?
That's the question, right?
Or is there a connection
Yeah.
that we're missing?
And here's where it gets
Okay.
really interesting.
I'm listening.
They talk about this secret council. A council?
Yeah. Powerful people from our world
Okay.
who meet in this other dimension to influence what happens back here.
So, like, they have access to this place, and then they use that knowledge to control things.
It's almost like a...
It's kind of a scary thought, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely...
That there are people out there shaping our world.
It's like a
shadowy think tank with unimaginable power.
Exactly, yeah.
And then they dropped this bombshell.
Okay, hit me with it.
This portal.
Yeah.
It closed.
Closed.
About 300 years ago.
Whoa, hold on. So they're saying it's been closed for centuries.
That's what they say in the session.
And what happened? What does that mean?
Well, according to them, that's why our world is so out of whack.
Really?
Like, we lost that connection to this place of harmony.
Okay, so think about that time period, though, right?
Yeah.
The 1700s.
Yeah.
That was a crazy time. The Enlightenment, scientific revolutions, political upheaval.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, could that be because of this, like, lost connection to this more balanced realm?
It's a lot to think about.
It really is. And we're only on session 2.
Right.
There's one more.
And it's a total curveball.
Oh, man.
All right, ready for this?
Bring it on. So from this cup, right?
Right.
To this portal to another dimension. Yeah. It's wild.
Is it right?
Totally. But session 3 goes in a whole other direction.
Buckle up.
Okay.
Because this time, the Grail, it isn't a thing or a place.
Interesting, right?
It's something inside of us.
Inside of us? What do you mean?
Like, literally in our DNA.
In our DNA? Like a code or something?
Yeah, they describe it as a code.
Wow.
Embedded in our DNA.
So it's not out there somewhere.
Right.
It's like within us.
Exactly.
That's pretty profound when you think about it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like the Grail quest turns inward.
You're not looking for it. You are it, kind of.
Yeah. And that idea, it kind of resonates with some ancient traditions.
Sure.
Right? Like this idea of human potential.
Yeah, like Jungian archetypes.
Exactly.
Those universal patterns that we all share. And even, what's it called?
Yeah.
Epigenetics.
Yeah, epigenetics.
Where your environment can actually change how your genes work.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So maybe this DNA code is like a metaphor for all that potential we have inside of us.
Yeah, like it's there, but it needs to be activated.
Right.
But this session takes it even further.
Okay, further how?
They say this code was hidden.
Hidden on purpose. Like, why would they do that?
To protect us.
Protect us from what?
From misusing this power.
Oh, okay. So they're saying that we're not ready for it.
Yeah, like it's too dangerous.
Huh. So it's like a safeguard or something.
Yeah, like a safety mechanism.
To make sure we don't mess things up.
Exactly. But what if what if that was then?
Okay.
And things are different now?
What do you mean?
Well, this session claims the code, it's being reactivated.
Reactivate. So they're saying that it's happening now.
Right now, say it's spreading through the water.
The water, like
the water we drink.
Wow, so it's like a global awakening.
Yeah, like it's in the water.
That's a really powerful image.
It is.
The water, the source of life, carrying this code to everyone.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing.
It is. So, okay, let's recap for a second.
Right.
We've got a cup.
Okay.
A portal to another world.
Yep.
And a code in our DNA.
3 totally different things.
It's a lot to process, right?
Yeah.
But that's what I love about these deep dives. We're not just sitting here passively listening. We're really engaging with these ideas.
Absolutely.
Challenging what we think we know.
Exactly.
And hopefully opening up our minds to new possibilities.
And, you know, even if these sessions are just tacking into some collective unconscious, the fact that these ideas are coming up, it means something.
Right, does. And you know what? Despite how different these accounts are, I think there are some common threads.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, they all point to this powerful force that can shape our world.
Right.
For good or for bad.
It's like they're all saying that something big is happening.
Exactly.
A shift. An awakening.
It's like we're at a turning point.
I think you're right.
And when you think about it, in terms of like what humans have always searched for.
Right.
Meaning purpose, connection to something bigger.
Absolutely.
It's all there, right?
It is. It's like the Grail.
Yeah.
Represents that longing, that yearning for something more.
For something to elevate us.
Yeah.
To transform us. Maybe even to save us.
So maybe the question isn't so much what the Grail is, but what it represents.
What does it mean to you?
Yeah.
What does it evoke in you?
That's a good question.
It's a big one.
And I'm not sure I have an answer.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of the mystery of the Grail.
It's not something you just figure out.
Right.
It's something you explore.
Yeah, you have to keep searching.
And questioning.
Exactly.
And these hypnosis sessions, even though they're pretty out there.
Oh, totally.
They give us a really interesting way to look at these questions.
So how do we make sense of all this?
Right. I mean, we've got the cup, the portal, the DNA code.
Can we even put those together?
I think we can.
Okay.
But we need to think about it differently.
What do you mean?
What if we stop thinking of these sessions as literal descriptions and start seeing them as symbols?
Symbols of what?
Symbols of a deeper truth.
I like where you're going with this. What kind of deeper truth are we talking about?
What if the Grail, in all its forms, represents a hidden potential?
A potential that's inside of us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe it used to be something outside of us.
Like the cup.
Right, or the portal.
Right.
But now it's become internal.
So instead of searching for the Grail, we have to find it within ourselves.
Exactly.
I see. Okay.
And this DNA code activation?
Yeah.
Maybe that's just a metaphor.
For this inner awakening.
Right. It's not about some external event.
Right,
it's about recognizing and cultivating that potential within us.
Okay, that makes sense.
It shifts the focus, doesn't it?
Totally. It takes it away from external things.
And puts it right on us.
Our own ability to change.
And if you remember what we talked about before. With the control and manipulation.
Right. Maybe the real power isn't in possessing the Grail, but in becoming it.
Embodying it.
Exactly.
But if we all have this potential, why is there still so much suffering? Why isn't everyone living their best life?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just because we have the potential doesn't mean we're using it.
Okay.
It's like having a seed.
Yeah.
You can have the seed of a beautiful flower.
Right.
But if you don't plant it, water, give it sunlight, it will never grow.
So we have to create the right
Exactly, for this potential to blossom.
So it's not about waiting for something outside of us to fix things. It's about taking responsibility for our own
growth,
for making the world a better place.
And I think that's where the real quest for the Grail begins.
You know, it's really wild how these hypnosis sessions,
which sound, you know, kind of crazy at first, they actually lead us to these like really profound ideas.
Yeah, like that the Grail isn't about some external search.
Right, it's not about finding some lost object.
Yeah.
It's about
looking inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and realizing that potential within ourselves.
It really taps into this desire we all have.
I think so.
Right, to connect with something bigger.
To find meaning. Purpose. Something beyond just our everyday lives.
And, you know, thinking about all these different interpretations.
Right, the cup.
Yeah.
The portal.
The DNA code.
It's like each one represents a different piece of that.
Yeah, like a different aspect of this.
Yeah, of this inner potential.
What do you think about that?
I'm curious. What are you seeing?
Well, take the cup, right?
Yeah.
It's associated with nourishment, abundance, like giving and receiving.
Yeah.
I think it could represent that capacity we have for love, compassion.
Right.
Creativity.
Yeah, like sharing our gifts with the world.
Exactly. It's about pouring ourselves out.
Nurturing others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then the portal.
Okay, the portal,
It's connected to another realm, right?
Another dimension.
Yeah, so maybe it represents our ability to transcend limitations, to connect with something beyond
the ordinary.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like expanding our awareness, tapping into our intuition.
Right, like seeing things from a wider perspective.
And then there's the DNA code.
Right, with that activation and transformation.
Yeah, I think it could represent that potential we have to grow and evolve.
Like literally change our DNA.
Yeah, and not just physically, but like mentally, emotionally.
Unlocking hidden abilities.
Yeah. It's about
rewiring old patterns.
Breaking free from limitations.
Becoming the best versions of ourselves.
Exactly. Realizing that we're not fixed.
Right.
We can always change and grow.
It's like each interpretation gives us a different path.
To that inner power.
The cup through love. The portal through awareness.
And the DNA code.
Through transformation.
So maybe the real quest is about integrating all of them.
Right. Bringing those three together.
Exactly.
That's a really cool way to look at it.
And as we do that, As we tap into our own potential, maybe we actually contribute
to a bigger shift.
Yeah, to a collective awakening.
It's like we're all connected, right? So as we change, the world changes.
It's a beautiful thought, isn't it?
It really is.
So, to everyone listening, we hope this deep dive got you thinking.
Thinking about the Grail.
Yeah, and what it means to you.
Whether it's the cup.
Yeah.
The portal.
The DNA code.
Or something completely different.
Whatever resonates with you.
Explore those ideas.
Keep searching.
Keep questioning.
Yeah, and keep diving deep.
Into the mysteries that matter most.
We've gone from ancient myths to modern hypnosis.
From tangible objects to hidden potential.
And ultimately, back to ourselves.
The true source of the Grail.
So until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.